Imagine opening your front door and seeing a house-sized cockroach crawling across the street. Not in a dream, not in a movie. Just Tuesday. Hey there, curious minds. Today we're diving into a bizarre what-if scenario. What would happen if insects were suddenly the size of human? Like what? A spider the size of a Labrador. A mosquito bigger than your dog. A cockroach that takes up a whole couch. Creeped out yet? Well, hold on to your bug spray because things are about to get wild. This might sound like pure sci-fi, but it's also a super fun way to explore how biology, physics, and evolution work. And spoiler alert, if insects actually were human-sized, we wouldn't stand a chance. Let's find out why. First things first, why aren't insects big already? Okay, so why are insects small? They've had millions of years to evolve. So why didn't some of them size up? Short answer, because nature has limits. Insects breathe through tiny holes in their bodies called spiracles. They don't have lungs like us. Air just passively flows in. That's fine when you're the size of a paperclip. But scale that up to something human-sized, not enough oxygen gets in fast enough. They'd basically suffocate trying to exist. Also, their skeleton is on the outside. That's their exoskeleton. It supports and protects them. But if you scaled that up, it would get so heavy and clunky that it'd be like walking around in a cement suit. Their legs wouldn't be able to hold them. They'd collapse under their own weight. So yeah, science keeps insects small, for very good reasons. But imagine if they somehow didn't have those limitations. But what if we broke the rules? Let's say, just for fun, we imagine a world where insects could grow massive. Let's say evolution, magic, or some sci-fi oxygen-rich atmosphere made it possible. Now what? Now you've got a problem, because even though they're tiny, insects are strong. Some ants can carry 50 times their weight. Dung beetles can move 1,000 times their body weight. So imagine that same strength, but scaled up to human size. Sure, physics would reduce that strength a bit, because strength doesn't scale perfectly, but they'd still be crazy powerful, more than strong enough to break bones, rip doors off hinges, and punch through walls. And that's just the ants. Let's talk about insect superpowers. If you're not already terrified, here's what you'd be dealing with. Praying mantis, lightning-fast reflexes, razor-sharp limbs. A human-sized one could slice through a watermelon in one move. Or your arm. Yikes. And, not to forget, those alien-like eyes that can track movement from all angles. You'd be outmatched before you even realized what was happening. Dragonflies. Already one of the best flyers in the animal kingdom. With their helicopter-style wings, a human-sized dragonfly could chase down cars, probably even beat your drone in a race. But that speed would also make them deadly. They'd be so quick that dodging wouldn't even be an option. Wasps, aggressive, venomous, territorial. Now imagine them the size of a wolf. You wouldn't be calling pest control. You'd be calling the army. And wasps don't just sting once. They can sting multiple times. And they're equipped with serious toxins that could take down much larger creatures. Cockroaches. Nearly indestructible. Radiation resistant. Now imagine them big enough to knock over your fridge. Good luck. These things would be impossible to crush, and their speed would make them relentless. You wouldn't be able to outrun them, and they'd be hiding in places you never expected. Mosquitoes. Blood-sucking nightmares. At human size, one bite could drain. Too much. Let's not even go there. But what's worse? Imagine a mosquito that could fly with the agility of an assassin. Even the most well-defended humans would have a hard time stopping them. Basically, these insects would turn Earth into a live-action monster movie. And we're the popcorn. Could we survive it? Let's be honest, probably not. We might have tech, tools, weapons, but we're soft and slow. We evolved to fight other humans, not 6-foot-tall centipedes with armored bodies and compound eyes. Even if we tried to armor up, their jaws and stingers would tear through most materials we've got. Cities would need bug-proof walls. Skyscrapers might have anti-mantis defenses. People wouldn't go outside without flamethrowers. And farming, transportation, just daily life? Everything would change. In a world where bugs are huge, we're the prey. Imagine walking out the door and seeing a giant ant dragging away a car. You wouldn't even think twice about locking your doors. You'd be praying the windows were sealed tight. So could this actually happen? Nope, not even close. Insects just aren't built for big life. They rely on surface area and diffusion, and none of that works at large scale. Even if you pump the air full of oxygen. Like back in the time of the dinosaurs, when giant dragonflies did exist. There's still a hard limit. The biggest bugs ever were maybe as big as a seagull. That's it. That's the max. So we're safe. For now. But here's the wild part. They don't need to be big to win. Insects already dominate the planet. There are an estimated 10 quintillion insects alive right now. That's a 10 followed by 18 zeros. For every person on Earth, there are roughly 1.4 billion bugs. They've survived for hundreds of millions of years. They live on every continent, and they're absolutely crucial for ecosystems, pollinating plants, breaking down waste, feeding other animals. So no, they're not giants, but they're already winning, just quietly, and in huge numbers. They might be small, but their survival tactics and evolutionary advantages make them masters of the planet. To wrap it up, if insects were human-sized, we'd be in serious trouble. Their strength, speed, and survival skills would make them nearly unstoppable. But lucky for us, physics and evolution are on our side. They stay small. We stay alive. So next time you see a bug and go to squish it, maybe just give it a nod of respect. It could have been so much worse. Now we're curious, if one insect had to be human-sized, which would you pick? Let us know in the comments. And if you learned something new, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe for more strange science and creature features, explained in a way that actually makes sense. And hey, maybe keep that window closed tonight, just in case.